Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. If you on the audio side, we definitely back again. Thanks for just staying on with for the basketball half. But if you're on the YouTube side, welcome to the NBA basketball portion of Threes from the Ring. Boy, Chris J, got Tyler here. They
Yo,
trust, they trust sleep. They trust sleep.
what time? What
I know
time?
that boy tired. So, but it is what it is, though. We got we're gonna still talk this hoop shit because NBA season is about to start literally in 2.5 weeks, I believe. We got preseason games starting this Friday. I think as early as this Friday. So basketball back. It's back. So definitely excited. But if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, comment. We appreciate the support. Make sure you tell your people you rock with Tweeking Media, you rock with Threes from the Ring, and tell them to follow us on Twitter at Threes from the Ring, at 3S from the Ring. We appreciate all the support, G. All of it. But you gotta make sure you tell your peoples, G. Tell your peoples about us, G. Tell us how funny we are, how smooth we are, our thoughts. I feel like nobody pods like we do. I love it. I love it. Let's a live podcast. But like we got our own little flavor, and I just want more people to be in the mix. That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar, my boy. All right, man. But let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, let's go ahead and get into the big mess. Before, we still got season preview to do, but we got a mess.
Still
A domestic
mess.
situation that happened. Literally, this news dropped, and we was like, huh? We was all like,
what now?
What's going on? So, this was what? Friday night?
Almost a week ago.
No, the news broke like Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
It broke Friday because then Monday, Stephen A was no. Either had it been Wednesday night or Thursday night because I know Stephen A got on First Take and was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So, I really don't remember when the news broke. Dang, that's crazy. But I don't feel like going through the group chat to look, but the news broke that Ime Udoka was on the verge of getting suspended. For what? Because he supposedly had a conditional consensual relationship with a staffer. So everybody's like, he's getting suspended because he was pretty much
within the organization.
Yeah, he was fiddling around with a female coworker. Which, yes, and a lot of jobs that can get you fired. Let's be real, mature, and honest.
Yeah.
Most jobs are firing you even if it is consensual. If they feel like if you and another coworker is having a fling, you can possibly get fired. It's just in a lot of company policies. It is what it is. Yes, we've seen it happen in our own personal jobs, but even CEOs, Fortune 500 companies, the higher ups are effing up the secretaries. All of that, we know it happens, but it's still wrong, policy wise. Morally, it's not until you're cheating on your wife. It's husbands getting involved. That's why I call it the big nasty green domestic situation. Still fuck the Celtics, and this is just further proof of fuck the Celtics. So that news broke was just like, so that led to the argument of they were trying to bring down this black man and all of that, and then the arguments of the women. Everybody, he cheated on me alone, and then the women like, see, she's not even good enough for him. I'm like, all right, nasty out of the day. It's a lot. It was nasty. Big nasty. So, more news slowly comes out. Hey, Because everybody's wondering, like, it has to be more. Why is he getting
Something
suspended
else.
for a season? Why is it argued that it might be for the season, not half
But
a
why
season,
didn't a
not
lot of people's
25
question is why
games?
didn't he get fired?
Yeah, and why didn't he get fired? Even though, and then which later came out, I think the Subs put out a statement that they're still reviewing if he will have his job after getting suspended. So, in the midst of just the news itself, people just started looking up the Celtics women's staff, and they found this very attractive black woman who's on the Celtics staff, and they're like, "It's her." Immediately, Celtics was like, it was reported immediately. I think not even the Celtics, but an NBA journalist. I forgot who it was. I think it was Chris Haynes. He said the women that are being posted is none of them. It's none of them. So people for one need to apologize for sharing. I don't believe I even shared the picture. I saw that she was attractive. I was like, hey, it is what it is. It ain't me alone, but I purposely made sure not to share because I don't know what this woman has going on in her life, and it's kind of both just have your face, and also I feel bad for any women, white, black, whatever, that work for the Celtics, and they literally have to deal with social media just posting their pictures and accusing them because they have family, they may have husbands, they have kids, where it's just like, what's going on here? You know, so prayers to any women in the Celtics organization as well. So so the Celtics pretty much issued a statement. Udoka pretty much said like, yeah, I was wrong, bogus. So then it's pretty much, I think a couple days later, Celtics officially suspended him for the year, and we're just like, yo, this is crazy. Why for a year? Like even I was one of those like, why is he getting suspended for a year? It has to be more to this.
Yeah,
So then, no, go ahead.
because it was weird because they were making it the way it came out. They were making it really seem like it was a fireable offense based on their policy. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you suspended him for a year and putting whether or not he's coming back at all in question after that year anyway. So it's like, are you still like we don't? It has to be more than what's been reported because if it was all consensual, married or not, you know, but it's just against company policy, then you know, he got to get the boot and the story because that's what they were saying on First Take. It's like if it was strictly just that, then this technically really shouldn't even haven't even came out like that. They could have just clearly came out and said he broke company policy, he's out, and left it at that. And
Yeah,
they were the ones that leaked the report apparently. So
yeah.
it's
So
weird. From the outside looking in, it's weird.
very. I was pretty much trying to see when the news was broken. Anyway, I think it had to been Wednesday night. It either had to been Wednesday night or Thursday. So, but yeah, so yeah, at least now it's been a week. Yeah, you was right. It's been about a week now. So then after it was reported, an athletic article almost immediately came out and it stated this very huge like, yo, hold on, I think um okay, no, that's me just saying the man's cheated. That was like Thursday. Um. So yeah. So that was even so Thursday night. That's when the article came out where it said uh some members of the Celtics organization first became aware of the relationship that he had with the woman in July. At the time, the team and leadership was led to believe both parties that the relationship was consensual. But sources said that the woman recently accused Udoka of making unwanted comments toward her, leading the team to launch a set of internal investigations. The team that came to a close Thursday involved team owners and Brad Stevens that lasted a few hours, and then they told the team to so they decision. So, with that all being said, Udoka stepped the line. The man's a line stepper, like a
Yep.
Q dog. He a line stepper, being on sick shit like a Q dog. But that's a whole different story. But Udoka definitely said something that clearly offended the woman. I believe that it had to be consensual because for one, they said the woman allegedly she plans the team's road trips and that she helped move Nia Long to Boston. She was getting Nia Long the tickets to road games so that she links with her man and all of that. And I'm just sitting, I'm like, this man is sick. This man is sick. But it's also like, yo, this man is sick. So this woman you having an affair with, like, was you at the ridge that day when Cottrell accused Censored of having an affair with Censored, even though we knew obviously, but when he was like, "You're having an affair," was you there that day?
I didn't think who we talking about.
When we was in the kitchen, we was just talking like we always do with Censored, because I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, and Cottrell's like, "You're having an affair. It's not just cheating."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you had to be there. That was one of the classic. It was just and that was a legendary crew. We was getting shit done while still fucking around. But yeah, this is an affair. This ain't just cheating. This is an affair because it's too deep. This is in too deep. To
now
me,
it's at the point where money, financials are probably involved with all of this because of her the
possibly.
lady who we don't know.
Yeah.
She was in a position where she was handling. For you to be booking flights and stuff like that, you're handling money as well. So
yeah, but I don't think it's. I think, but it's within legal means.
Right, it's within the legal, but still, it's some type of money involved somewhere with that.
Yeah, but I doubt it gets to like that bad. But because it's she's doing her job. Like, right. I'm pretty sure she does for all the players. Like, it's her job is to make sure that coaches, players, wives, girlfriends, whatever, are accommodated for. That's this person's job. I think every organization has it, and it lessens the players, coaches' lives of being the person being like, this is annoying, and I'm glad that position does exist. But back to this nasty situation. So, pretty much, Udoka was a line stepper. He said something he did not have no business saying, and it just led to things getting overall wacky, where she was clearly offended, and then is later reported, like, then it's just now many, I don't know how much truth is in it, reports where it was said that Udoka supposedly, that the woman's husband has her and Udoka having a conversation over the Ring doorbell.
Nasty.
Yeah.
So the Ring doorbells got cameras too, D. So
cameras and they record audio.
Yeah, so faces and voices are involved with that one.
Yeah, so it's not helping the case. The husband
was to my house. I
don't think. I think it was just he caught a phone conversation.
Oh.
I don't think it'd be wild if Udoka's a tall brother. Like he used to hoop. He has to be at least 6'5". Yeah. If I see a 6'5" black man with my wife, something's not right. I know what's going on. Yeah, you know how to make know it's not right. But as a husband, to find out, like, you going through the Ring camera trying to see if somebody stole your dog food order from Amazon, and you sit there and be like, who's she on the phone talking to? I'm like, huh? You said who? Oh yeah, I'm a firm believer that's the husband that leaked this information, by the way.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
Yeah, like just be like, nah, I'm getting this N word up out of here. He's gonna hurt. Like he hurt me. But game is the game. So that's that. Udoka suspended for the season. I would if he gets fired, it will suck. But I want to say
Yeah.
this: one of the biggest lies right now is that he won't get another NBA job head coaching. Jason Kidd beat his wife. I know, Gene. Why you put your head
He
down? Like,
currently
Gene,
leading a current superstar in the league as a
Jason
head coach.
Kidd
So
was literally about to be the Lakers coach, but then they felt that he wasn't ready, so they made him the assistant coach. And Jason Kidd gets credit and gets a new job, and he literally led that team to the Western Conference Finals with a arguably top 5 player. Thank God Daytra's not recording. I don't feel like arguing that Luka is top 5, by the way. But I'm so glad because
say that for the season because it's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen. Um, but yeah,
But yeah, I think he's gonna if he used to get fired, he's gonna get another job. He led this team to a
he's
whole
going to get
championship.
another job. It's just they're going to really make sure. Sorry, my brother, we keep the women's from you.
It's
We
all
just keep.
men on your staff, all men.
That's unfortunate. but point being, I don't like that narrative. He may chill for a year, but he's going to get another head coaching job. He led in his first season. That team, that Celtics team, was cheeks. They were mid in the beginning of
They
the
were
season,
slowly slipping from where they should have been, and then
and then he
mid season
fixed
that's
them
helped
mid
turn them around.
season. He fixed them mid season, and they were the best team in the league. Got to the finals, and if Jason Tatum literally played at least average, they would have won that series. Outright would have won that series.
And
So
that, not to play with what ifs, but let's say if they did actually win, and this situation still came about, I think the conversation will be slightly altered. I believe.
it'll be slightly off. It'll definitely be a different because people will be probably be like,
You can't fire a
"You're
coach
not
that just
firing.
won y'all a
You're
championship.
not firing. Let alone suspending a full season. Unless he did something heinous, because
And that's
everything
what we're
is
really
coming
trying
off
to figure out.
consensual until supposedly what was said was taken too far, and that's where we don't know what that too far is, and that's why I think some people need to realize is like regardless, there was a point where it was just hey until he clearly said something that stepped the line because okay, let's just say the rich. The rich.
Red.
We've seen plenty of filth at the rich. But let's just say me.
Such and such.
It's such and such. Plenty of such and suches. Plenty of such and suches. Let's just say, like I said, at the time I was single going through divorce, but it was plenty of women in long term relationships or married. I was messing with such and such. Game is the game. But let's just say something. Let's just say I said something that like out of bounds where it's like, hold on, that
At the
ain't
most,
cool.
wasn't appropriate for work.
Wasn't
In work.
appropriate for work, but just not that was altogether just inappropriate. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and such
Shouldn't
and
say
such
that.
went to Leo or Doreen, I'm fired.
Yeah.
I'm getting fired. You can't do that. It's like the moment, like things could be consensual, but the moment where, and that's the danger of workplace relationships. Once it gets to a point where it's just like, oh yeah, we kind of like in a relationship, or is it somewhat more like dating or having an affair? Seen plenty of those, and seen it live in action. But once it gets to the point where one of the parties get offended because you said something that's just like way out of bounds, and they legit do get offended, that person has the right to be like, yo, this is harassment.
Yep.
Especially if you're going a little too far with your actions. And yeah, being honest. Right. So
But my question is, because technically both of them still broke the policy rule, though, right?
yes, and but this is the rule and people making it a black man thing. Even
Well,
if
I'm
this
not
was,
even trying to get into
I
that
know.
thing because that my thing is I don't think they're only not, and I'm not saying this because whatever he did was wrong. Regardless of what she did, what he did was wrong. He's the one in the hot seat. But since technically both of them broke the rule, aren't technically both of them, getting reprimanded?
So the real question will be, what's the exact policy? Is it that
That too.
you can't? Because it's the thing. It's in an organization that big. Everybody fucking.
And most of these organizations, NBA,
Literally, that's
NFL,
just
every
an
major
example.
sports team.
Everybody fucking.
Yeah.
But so, because if Udoka could, he could sit there and just throw everybody under the bus.
And that's why I was getting to my next
Yeah,
point.
that's why I said he could,
I feel like they didn't fire him because they trying to save somebody else's ass.
of course. But like I said, who cares at the end of the day? I think it's more because since it elevated to harassment, they had to do something.
Right. You still like in a situation where somebody somewhere where anybody's being harassed in the organization, whoever the harasser is, you have to make
That's
an
the
example
issue
of them
right there. It's
regardless.
just like
And that's where
you can nip in the
I'm trying to
butt.
get
It's
to. It's like we're
easier.
not excusing what he did.
Yeah. So like the lady, I don't like. For all I know, she might have, for all I know, resigned for all I care. But with Udoka being more in a front facing position of being the head coach and ambassador, yes, the media attention is going to be on him. People are going to want to look at what you're going to do about him and his job, especially because once it hits harassment, it's like, hey, yo.
Because harassment, that's beyond just the team. That's like a league wide thing now. It's like
Exactly.
if they didn't do anything to suspend him or anything, the league was gonna have to step in at that point.
Yep.
And that's probably what
So,
it was leading to next if they didn't do anything.
yeah, which the Celtics was going to do anyway. But like, if the woman saw the Celtics just outright did nothing, and that's why I feel like that whoever her husband is, he has to be high ranking, like dang near ownership, like minority type owner, and his wife works for the team, has a job with the team or something, or like something like that, because it can't just be team trainer's wife, you know. Like, and not to downplay, because literally, like, whoever the man is, I feel for him. No man deserves to get cheated on, man or woman. But dude has to be high ranking for them to be like, yo, we have to put this type of pressure.
Yeah.
He has to be high ranking. That's why I'm like, dang, that thought was Brad Stevens' wife. Would you be like, gee, you a sick nigga? You take the man got promoted. He hires you and you fuck his wife.
So yeah,
That's sick.
you gotta bounce before we do something to you.
Literally.
That's it. That's checkmate, bro. Like, don't laugh.
It's over with. But yeah, so the Celtics did it right. I still like I still like it's just once the harassment claim got mentioned, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. You're just not about to. You just not going to fire your head coach who just took you to the finals because he had an affair.
It's like
You're
if
just
at
not.
the most
He's
he
not the
would have
president
just
of the United
suspended for half
States.
the season.
It's like you had like he did something wrong. Like he legit did. Like it's yeah. So I get it. So with that being said, nigga fucked up.
Yep.
Nigga fucked up. All right. Let's go ahead.
The
Let's talk
players
about.
didn't even really know much, supposedly, because Jaylen Brown came out and said it's like we don't.
Yeah, the
really
players
know what
didn't know. They were just like
we could
the
say.
way y'all phrasing it. Was it consensual or not? That's which was interesting. So smooth way to transition to media day was just this past Monday. We're recording on a Wednesday night, by the way, just so you guys know. So pretty much training camp is well into it. Media day just we pretty much get to see players report. Players are taking their little photos, team photos. We're starting to see nice little things. We get players' comments on what's been going on, changes to the league. So which is pretty dope in itself. So shout out to that. So we're here. NBA training camp is here. Couple of things I do want to talk about based off media day. Jimmy Butler. That's just look my Jimmy Butler, bro. I'm glad that Taylor Rooks for one asked the important question if that's gonna be in his head. And he said it's gonna be going by the beginning of the season. But still.
My man's is on straight weird shit.
You have faux locks in your head, my nigga. Faux locks. In your head. You are a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
This is a sick Negro.
Grown-ass man. Why do you have faux locks? You had it all summer, my brother. All summer.
That's what you desire, boy. You used to love that.
He had long enough hair where he was braiding it and shit. So
You like, bro, if you wanted to
lock
like, he didn't have to do it. That's my thing.
You didn't have to get extensions, my nigga. You didn't have to do that.
Exactly.
It's unnecessary.
Highly. But
You can
I'm
do
glad
what you
that
want
I
with
was
your body,
clarified.
your
said
head, but still, it was just, it's too much.
Yeah, I'm glad it was clarified. Let's just put it that way. So that's the Heat. What else? Oh, they asked Kevin Durant his thoughts and pretty much told the media, "Look, man, I wasn't happy.
I'm Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
I
I'm
wouldn't
Kevin
let you
Durant.
go if I was them neither.
I asked for a trade. They said, and pretty much they ain't traded me. I'm okay. It is what it is. Moved on. Lakers side of things. They asked Russ, how's it going? He said, it is what it is. I'm here. How you feel about Pat Bev? I have no beef with no man. We all cool. So, yeah, like, media days going on. I think Ben Simmons shot a basketball, of course. We're gonna see those training camp videos. Yeah,
I actually did see a video of him shooting a fadeaway that he made, so that's progress.
Put this on. Is this what the fuck you look like a piece of shit? This look like some shit.
I ain't taking that serious until I'm not taking it serious until I see it in a game. I still gotta watch the Ben Simmons JJ Redick podcast too, by the way. I still have to watch that.
I'm halfway through with it. I don't know why I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I forgot it dropped. Oh yeah, Udoka.
Oh yeah.
See, Udoka fucked it all up. Took all the hype, nigga. God damn it. Damn fuck. See, let's fuck the Celtics. See? But yeah, so we're pretty much hearing things. Tank like is getting like pretty much we're here. We're here. Like
Oh, we also got to see in shape Zion.
Yes, Zion is at the moment in shape, but I need to see when he's going to Chicago and New York and Philly. They gonna eat.
Yeah,
Zion weight is like mine in my early 20s. I was fluctuating up and down. That's just what it is. I'm good. Glad he's in shape, but gee, next thing I know, that nigga gonna be built like me again, and then built like not me again. So that man weight is gonna fluctuate. It is what it is. But he looks like he's in shape, and I'm happy.
Stays healthy. That's the important part.
That's all that matters. That's really all that matters, though. But yeah, but as we start previewing other teams, we'll get there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and knock out the rest of the Easter Conference. Like I said, we was gonna do on the last pod because the rest. I don't want to spend time talking about the rest of these Easter Conference teams, honestly. So we knocked the Atlantic Division out because that's arguably what's going to be the best division in this conference. But let's go ahead and get what the hell? Where's North? Where's Southeast? There we go. So Southeast is easily the worst division. So we're just gonna get this out the way now. The Heat, Miami's gonna win this division easily. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Regular season wise, they're going to be a solid team for the regular season. They're going to win 50+ games. I'm still a firm believer if you can turn something into getting Jimmy a second option offensively, do it. Do it. If keep my ears on what's going on in Portland. Keep your ears open. They Portland sucks ass. Starts off horribly. You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do.
Yep.
You get Dame. Yes, I'm starting the trade Dame game already. It's starting now, as we speak. Trade Dame now. If we can do it now, we can do it now. So let's do it. So yeah. Dame gonna be mentioned. Nobody else will be unhappy perimeter wise, but we'll see. But and also
perimeter players are a luxury in the league at this point.
Yeah. But Dame, if Brooklyn starts off shitty, definitely them too. Definitely them too. But yeah, so moving on. The Hawks. Now the Hawks did some decent changes. The primary change being getting DeJounte Murray for a bag of chips.
Biggest steal of the summer because I was not expecting that.
That was not expected, and I like the move. And if it works, it's a definitely step above because it allows Trae Young to be. I'm gonna say this. I think Trae Young is a better point guard than he is. His playmaking is probably his strongest suit of his game than his actual scoring. Not to say that he can't score, he isn't a great scorer. But I think for him to be his best version of Trae Young that will lead to wins, I think he needs to be a better playmaker. Or lead with his playmaking, if that makes sense. Instead of scoring. And DeJounte Murray can get buckets. Literally, you was able to, like last year, you averaged 23, and you did it all for the for the Spurs, and that's still solid. That Spurs team's booty cheeks, but let me see who's still on the Hawks roster. By the way, I still believe. I know me and Daytra argued this slightly in the group chat. The Hawks still do have a better talent-wise. They have a better roster than the Mavericks. It's just look, certain names just look better on paper.
Yeah.
God damn it. So yeah. Oh, they still got Bogdan Bogdanovic. Let's see. They got two of the Holiday brothers. Frank. Why they got Frank Kaminsky listed as a point guard on ESPN? That's just weird. But anyway, so I think Trae Young, if Trae Young lets DeJounte get his fair share of shots off and John Collins as well, I think that's the best version of the Hawks. And probably the best version of the Hawks that leads to consistent wins. Because, yes, Trae is a bucket. He can score, but he's also extremely tiny. And I feel like for tiny players like him, like, yes, his shooting is good, but he's not Steph Curry neither.
Yeah.
I feel he's a hell of a playmaker, but I think at his best, if Trae Young can still get his 20 plus, but average 10 assists.
At least 10 assists.
Which is possible because you have the key is going to be health in all of this.
Yeah.
The key is going to be health. But if you can get 3 solid assists off to DeJounte, 3-4 solid assists off of John Collins, you're going to alley-oop it to Clint Capella at least twice a game.
At least twice.
And
3.
you got Bogdan on his team, DeAndre Hunter as a spot up. That's like 2 of your spot up shooters. That's something to me. That you have something. So, like, he can get to 10 assists easily to me with like at least with the scoring options he has, while still getting his 20.
Won't necessarily have to be like a forced 10 neither, because you got guys.
Yeah, you have guys who I feel like on a night to night you can get 2+ assists per out of, like who he's passing it to, who's getting the assist. I mean, so while still getting his 20, and I think it'll be a more efficient, better looking 20 plus out of him as well. Like, I'm not saying that he doesn't need to be the primary scorer, but I feel like Trae Young should be at his best, get his buckets come fourth quarter, but in the beginning of the game, get everybody else involved, then dominate scoring wise if you have to. While you still have a DeJounte Murray as well. And plus, with Trae Young's shooting ability, play off ball more.
Yeah.
Play off ball more. Like, DeJounte is a solid point guard.
Anything that you should take from Steph is that playing off ball, because Steph probably plays the best off ball.
He's scary off ball. Because you have to keep track of him. Like, that's... Yeah. I'd rather deal with Steph bringing the ball up the court because at least I know I'm focused on him, instead of off ball where he's legit about to juke, slide, spin move me, and I'm running to 15 men and 20 illegal screens. So, but the Hawks can easily I still believe that they are in that play-in 7th seed level. It's just because the East has teams that's okay, but not, guaranteed 6 seed. But in a perfect world, they can easily infiltrate that 5-6 seed too. At their best, but me being realistic, they're going to be in the play-in still.
Yeah.
Just me just looking at, like, because still defensively, their best defensive player is still Clint Capella. But another key factor is DeAndre Hunter. If DeAndre Hunter can play and give me 60 games of healthy, I think they'll be in that 6-5 seed conversation. But he has to stay healthy. That's their biggest X factor, is him being healthy. So let's move on to the Charlotte Hornets.
Cheeks.
They won 43 games last year, surprisingly, but Miles Bridges is a criminal and should be in the deepest pit of jail. So with that being said, you got weaker, and LaMelo's going to be solid. LaMelo's going to continue to grow, but you lost the key young piece, and they didn't do nothing to really push themselves over the table. You also lost Montrez as well, so you're still getting weaker talent wise.
They had Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, they had Montrez last year.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he had an okay year, but they had Montrez. You lost Montrez. You lost Miles Bridges because he's a dumbass. LaMelo's gonna get it. LaMelo's gonna have free reign, but also it's gonna be more focus on LaMelo. So
Yeah. So
I
this
think
might
they get
this.
worse. I don't even think they're gonna be in the play-in talk.
No, I don't see them doing anything significant. Um, if they do better than what people are expecting, this could be one of those seasons where LaMelo could possibly make his first All Star in the East.
I think he did. No, he made it last year.
He did.
Yeah, he made it last year.
Oh well, might do it again.
Yeah, LaMelo's gonna be. I think he's gonna remain in the conversation regardless. He's just too talented and it's too good. It's just the team, talent wise, quality wise, fell off. Unfortunately. So
It's
moving
not,
on.
and it's like
No good.
it's kind of always been like this for Charlotte. They don't really know how to build a team, but at the same time, it's really nobody they can legitimately get to come there. There's nothing for them to come to, so they pretty much had to do what they had to do in the draft to get LaMelo, and now they got to see where they can go from there. But I don't see them doing anything exciting this season.
Yeah. So see where things go for them. The Washington Wizards. I think the Wizards is going to be better. Your Bradley Beal situation is somewhat answered. He signed the mega contract, and if Bradley Beal, you still got Kristaps, you have Kuzma, you still have solid young pieces. I think the Wizards will be in the play-in talk this year. Huh?
I think they got Montrezl Harrell now.
No, Montrez went to Philly.
He went to Philly.
Yeah, he signed to Philly.
Oh, I'm all over the place.
He was a Wizard. Remember, he was a Wizard though.
Oh, you're right.
He was a Wizard. Then he got traded to the Hornets, and then yeah.
Okay, that's the gap because I didn't know he got traded to the Hornets.
Yep. So that's the gap right there. But yeah, but I think the Wizards will be in the play-in talk. The key is as long as Bradley Beal and Kristaps stay healthy, I think they'll be in the play-in talk. They'll be in that 7-10 seed conversation if healthy. I like the talent they do have. I really hope they fire Scott Brooks by now. I hope Scott Brooks is not their coach anymore. Let me see who is their coach. Because I'm not sure who's the Washington Wizards coach. Let's see here. Wes Unseld Jr. So yeah, I'm glad Scott Brooks is long gone from that team. Thank God. But overall I like the talent that the Wizards do have. I forgot they still got Rui Hachimura. They got Will Barton now as well. Like they have a good set of wings, and they can really run a tall lineup of where you have Porzingis, Hachimura, Kuzma, and some other dude and Bradley Beal, and that can cause some teams some problems. But I think they'll be sneaky good. They'll be in, like I said, they'll be in that 10-7 seed play-in talk. Like I believe, like it's just the key is health.
I think that they're gonna be one of those teams, like you said, that's sneaky good. They're gonna be one of those teams that's gonna catch a good team on a bad night when they really need a win, and they're gonna take that win from them.
Yep. So I'm cool with it. Next we got the Orlando Magic.
I don't even know who's on this team, to be honest.
Y'all are trash.
Yeah.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are trash. Like, y'all are so trash.
I think that's all that needs to be said.
I think Markelle Fultz is still on this team. Cole Anthony.
Bro, they got so many guards that they can sail. Gee, when I played them on 2K, bro, I'm like, bro, why do you got all these guards? Why do you have all these guards?
It's
Like,
like
bro,
that time that the Knicks had all them power forwards. Like, you got all the guards, they got all the power forwards.
like,
Like, what
gee,
are y'all
teams
trying to
needed
do?
power forwards, and y'all signing all of them while the Magic got all these potentially nice young guards, and you just have them all.
What's buddy name with the hair?
Oh, the rookie, Paolo Banchero.
No, not Paolo. The he a point guard. That's another guard they got on the team. He got the weird haircut that kind of jet out his head.
Alfred Payton?
Yeah.
That nigga been gone.
No, that was
And
the
he
last
cut
time
his
I saw
hair.
him. But he always grow it back.
Yeah, but gee, Alfred Payton been gone. I think that nigga on the Suns now. I believe he's on the Suns. But yeah, let me pull up the Magic real quick. I'm just the fact that I didn't want to spend time on the Magic, G. But let's look at it.
It's just bad how they have this team, and it don't make no sense.
All right, so Paolo Banchero, they got Bobo. Who cares? Franz Wagner's decent. He's actually good. He's good. He's good. Franz Wagner's good. Huh?
He was telling me about him.
Yeah, Franz Wagner's decent. Markel Fultz, Jonathan Isaac. That nigga went MAGA.
From that knee injury?
That nigga went MAGA and was never the same, G.
He did to himself.
Like, G. Like, I never seen somebody be out for 2 years with an ACL injury in this current era of modern medicine. That is nasty. But
ain't rehabbing the way he's supposed to.
Yep. Mo Bamba, Jalen Suggs, who's decent, Cole Anthony, who's decent, Wendell Carter, bitch ass. RJ Hampton was supposed to be a thing. Terrence Ross needs to be freed.
I forgot he was still there.
Gary Harris. Like, bro, you have. So hold on. I could say Gary Harris
is pick two of them guards that they really like, keep them and let the rest of them go, because it don't make sense why they have.
And the bogus part is they paid Gary Harris this summer. I'm like, you could have let.
You have to keep him.
Why? You don't need him.
Trade him to get something, but who are you gonna get?
Like, to me, this is my thing. Okay, Markel Fultz trade value is doo-doo, mainly because of injury risk, unfortunately. I think Jalen Suggs is good. Cole Anthony is good. Get something for RJ Hampton. Get something for Terrence Ross. Get something for Gary Harris. And you figure it out from there. Because there's no reason why that, to me, your backcourt should literally be behind Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
And then, arguably, Franz Wagner's good, but then Paolo's probably playing power forward. So Franz is about to come off the bench. If Jonathan Isaac is healthy, you have to play him because you paid him $100 million. Bro, this team is nothing but guards and power forwards. With Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter. And Wendell Carter's technically a power forward. Technically.
Yeah, because he that's pretty much where he's been at his whole career. This team sucks. They just suck. I have no expectations for this team. Beyond those trades, if they decide to make any of those trades,
look, just let Paolo Banchero do his thing, G. That just get Paolo the ball. Figure out who your two guards you keeping. Get rid of one of them and go from there. Because you need some type of direction. You got a gang of power forwards and a gang of point guards. And Mo Bamba. And literally, I'm throwing Mo Bamba because literally, you signed Mo Bamba when I thought they were about to get rid of the nigga. So, but fuck the match.
They give him?
Too much.
Yeah. This team is ass. Let's move on.
All right, moving on. Let's go to the Central Division in the East. Detroit Pistons. I'll let you go first.
Who the fuck is on this roster? Excuse
Cade
my language.
Cunningham, what's his name? Jaron Ivy or something like that. The dude that LeBron hit, who he busted open. They got Bagley. They got a solid whip of young niggas.
Yeah, there's another team with a young team that just got to figure out figure out an identity with this young group. See what they can do.
Yeah, like a lot of people are high on the Pistons this year.
They definitely got more upside than the Hornets, and the Magic for sure.
Yeah, like a lot of people are high on the Pistons this year. Like people like are high on Jaden Ivey. I believe I'm a fan of Cade Cunningham. I think he's gonna take a next step to be almost a borderline all-star. They did just get Bojan Bogdanovic. He's gonna I'm assuming he's gonna be their starting small forward more than likely. They got Bagley. They got Sadiq Bey, who's solid. Yo, this team got a bunch of veterans. Like they have a solid set of veterans. They got Nerlens Noel, Alex Burks, Bojan, Kemba. I don't think they bought Kemba out yet, but
he's more than likely not playing with them. So
yeah, you got Corey Joe, who brought a ring to the Six. Like you got either if the Pistons underachieve, they can easily trade some of these dudes to get some picks, whatever. Or some of these vets could sit there and be like, hey, lead these young bucks, get them ready. They could be one of those 10-9 playoff playing seed.
Yeah.
And they will give whoever 7-8 some hell in that playing game. That's how I view them. Like that's how I view this team. Like I see it. I see the potential. But I'm just not sold yet. Some people are extremely high on them, but I think they're gonna be competitive, but they're not ready yet.
Yeah, they still too young, and then even with the vets that they do have, they not like overly experienced with playoff, experience.
I think the only one is legit Bojan.
Bojan and Corey Joe.
Yeah, and Corey Joe just there just to like look who want to clean. Which one of you rooks cleaning my ring today? But they do got. But I will say is Dwayne Casey is a solid coach. Keep that black man hired. Despite what LeBron did to that man as when he was coaching the Raptors, but Dwayne Casey is still a solid black head coach in this league, and I think he has something. He has something in Detroit. Same way he has something out there when he was in Toronto. The man is solid as a coach. I think he's starting to get something. I do like the fact that the Pistons are building something. I see it. I would say that I see it.
At least they are trying. There's some teams that they not trying to do nothing.
Yeah, I will say this: they're not gonna be the worst team in this division, because that's gonna go to the Pacers.
The Pacers trying to be bad on purpose.
Look, the Pacers need to do whatever they need to do. Get Buddy Hield off your roster. Get Miles Turner off your roster. Get T.J. McConnell off your roster. Literally, I feel bad for Tyrese Halliburton, but bro, get your 23 this season and just say fuck it. And just kind of pray that Russell Westbrook doesn't get on this team, because Russ kind of if they do get Russ and they choose not to buy him out, Russ wins them 10 more games that they don't need to win. But at the same time, you do need to try to get something for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. Like the perfect world is the Lakers do get them in the perfect world, or at least one of them. But we'll see where that goes. Let's just see where that goes.
Who do you think that they would need more out of the two, player wise? I would say
I
I
think
would
it's
say Miles Turner.
Miles Turner because the league is slowly going back to like we're getting a golden era of centers again.
Yeah, it's like you
We're
need a big man to compete.
yeah, and not to sit there and say, "Oh my God," but look who just won the championship. But I'm like, look at the team who competed against them. The Celtics was running two bigs, Robert Williams with one leg, and Al Horford were on the court majority of the time.
Yeah,
Like the Lakers when they won, a big ass team. The Bucks, big ass
big
team.
ass.
Literally, like front court depth is ridiculous. And the Celtics, literally, they ran a two big lineup often. So and then just look at just the amount of great bigs we have now. We're slowly getting back to the era of bigs, and teams is going to value that, especially in the East itself, because literally you got to deal with Joel Embiid, whether healthy or not. You still have to deal with Joel Embiid come playoff time, and I still, even though like it's people like this, and as an Embiid fan, I say Embiid does have something to prove. And it's more like if Embiid can stay healthy for the entirety of a playoffs, to me, it's fuck the regular season. I know he wants his MVP because, for one, that's just his stamp of approval. But if Embiid can stay healthy for the entirety of the playoffs, that's any team's biggest fear right there. And the one time that he was healthy for, I feel like, the entirety of the playoffs, Jimmy Butler was there, and it took Kawhi Leonard to make a lucky ass jump shot. That was the last time and the one time I believe Embiid was healthy most of the playoffs. So, and I believe if Embiid was healthy in the series against who they played against in the loss to,
Lost to
Heat.
Lost to Miami, didn't they?
Yeah, if Embiid was healthy, and like I said, this is the part that sucks about talking about Embiid. But every time in the playoffs, he gets at least one or two. He gets sick and he gets hurt. It's both. It's always both. It's never just he gets sick. He gets sick and he gets hurt. It's a combination of, and it's just like, where did these come from? So, but if Embiid is healthy, I believe wholeheartedly most teams will be scared. And you will want a Miles Turner.
Healthy through the whole playoffs, I think they should be at the least in the conference finals again.
Yes. But yeah, that's a whole different story. But and the only teams that can legit like I said, in the East, most of the great teams have bigs. The Celtics have Robert Williams, even though I think Al Horford's gonna take a step down. So they got Al Horford. Even though I think Vooch is solid, he's still a center that you still gotta worry about. This freaking Cavaliers have a freaking fleet of bigs. A fleet. They have a fleet.
Give up none of them. They get down the middle.
Exactly. Then, I was just thinking of the Bucks. Even though Brook Lopez and Ibaka are getting older, you still got Giannis, Bobby Portis in that group. So you have just in the East itself, some of the top teams have solid front courts. You need a front court, and let's just say the Nets was to get a Miles Turner. That's worth something because that changes everything. That means your front court is legit. KD, Ben Simmons as a point guard, but Ben Simmons and Miles Turner with Nick Claxton as your backup.
That's not bad.
That's a solid front court.
The Nets probably need him the most because
Nets would be literally. I would believe more in the Nets if they was to get Miles Turner. I don't know how they get him, but I would believe in them. But yeah, but you can definitely get something from Miles Turner because either way, like you need. I'm a firm believer you need like a Miles Turner who can shoot threes, stretch the floor, and protect the rim. And all I'm gonna say is teams better do pray that either the Nets or Lakers do not get Miles Turner. And Buddy Hield, you still gonna get something decent for Buddy Hield as well because he's still one of the best shooters in the league.
Yep.
Easily one of the best shooters in the league. Get something for Buddy Hield, especially a contender. But Pacers, just their goal is to be one of the worst teams in the league. That is their goal.
They trying to get their number one draft pick now. Everybody else getting a top draft pick and they ain't getting shit.
And for them, like they're one of those franchises where it's just like you tend to always build well. You stay competitive. It's just you just said, all right, what we got ain't working no more.
On the short stick.
Yeah, so but yeah, so moving on. Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have potential to be in the play-in, or they could be a top 4 seed. Not saying they're gonna be 1 or 2, but they'll be like 3 or 4. So I'm putting them in the 3 through 8 range. They could be within that range because you got the height, you got a backcourt. The question is your perimeter defense. But if your bigs do what they're supposed to do, you can cover it. But you do want to try to look for. Like I said, Jay Crowder's available, and I know Jay Crowder is literally. We give Jay Crowder flack on his podcast. We do.
But at least he's somebody.
He's somebody. He still plays. He's still a solid defender. He's a hell of a 3-point shooter, and solid 3-point shooter. He's solid. Like when he's on, he's on. Let's put it that way. But he's somebody. If I'm the Cavaliers, you should look at because I know that he has a lot of nerve to ask out for a trade. You're Jay fucking Crowder, but I could see Jay Crowder going to the Cavaliers, because he's the type of wing that they do need, just somebody who can guard in the perimeter, and still guard in the front court if need be. Like I said, like I told Daytro a while ago, wing. Every team needs wings, and not every team has it, but. And like the Cavs at least have it. It's just also you hope that Evan Mobley is a versatile enough defender to cover for Donovan Mitchell and Garland. Or you just hope that Donovan Mitchell actually steps up defensively. Because this the thing. Like, yes, like he doesn't need to take as heavy as an offensive load as he had to with Utah. You have Garland who can get his fair share of buckets. You have Mobley who can score. Jared Allen's a solid scoring center. Kevin Love comes off the bench, can score. You have Karis LeVert who's may either start or come off the bench and score. You have players who have the potential to be scoring between 15 to 25 a night with him, where I feel like he can put more effort on defense. This is my belief.
Definitely gonna have to playing in the East. I think it's more guards that he has to worry about than he was in the West. Obviously, in the West, he had to worry about Steph and
you gotta worry. But at the same time, now in the East, you got to worry about Zach. You got to worry about Kyrie.
Kyrie,
Drew Holiday, Tyler. You know, like I know we give Tyler Hero flack, but Tyler Hero, It's guards in the East that you got to deal with.
Yeah, they're gonna go at his head. So
Yeah,
you
so
gotta you got that's always been the next improvement point for me with him is like defensively he could definitely be better. So
way better,
and
and
the
he has the
defense
wingspan
defense
for it. Like
is all effort anyway.
that's
Just
really
put
what
in
it
the
is,
effort.
and he's still solidly athletic. I didn't know his wingspan was so like he has a crazy wingspan. Even though he's 6'3", I think he has almost a 7 foot wingspan.
Yep.
That's incredible. So come on now, but
You should be a top steals type guy.
at
Them
least
the
at least like I want to say he's gonna be still champ or something, but like play
But
the
you should be
passing
able to
lanes.
pickpocket a couple guys.
Yeah, play the passing lanes. Take chances defensively. I think he like at least be a solid defender. Like I ain't telling you be great, but be solid.
And
But
then,
the
like you
cat,
said, he doesn't have to take on that much of an offensive load, so you have more energy to put in effort wise on the defensive end. So
yeah, because he's still gonna get his shots off. It's just I feel like he's gonna get more quality shots.
what's the name of their coach again?
God damn it, Bickerstaff.
Yeah, I think if he can get him and Garland on the same page early on, that definitely benefits them a
Mm-hmm.
lot too because Garland should be their starting point guard. I think he starts over Levert.
No, Garland's gonna start point guard regardless. Levert's a shooting guard. Technically, about to be small forward.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm like,
So
what are you
yeah, I
talking
think
about?
if he gets Garland on board with Mitchell early, that definitely helps because then it's not too much of the back and forth. Like you know how like when you first put a guard combo together and they kind of back and forth, because
Yeah.
they obviously got to figure out how to get each other's spots or whatever. But getting them on board early definitely helps them a lot because they make the offense run smoother instead of them, just pushing through the both of them and then everybody else just kind of waiting around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. Um, but yeah, the cat. But where you see the Cavs possibly, where you see them possibly?
Um, Same about the same range that you said, but I do think that they have more of a chance of being a top, at least a 4 seed, at least a 4 or 5 seed. I
Okay.
definitely think that they showed that they can be a solid team with the run that they made going into the playoffs. So I definitely think the next step for them is to find that solidified playoff spot instead of being a playing team.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, I feel you. So like the Cavs, I think they'll be solid. Like they're gonna be a very fun team to watch though. Like, and I'm gonna give the GM a lot of credit. Like he did a solid job building his team post LeBron. Way great job. So I'm giving him his
Didn't
flowers.
rush it. You didn't feel like you had to make a major move and give up, the pieces that you got. Because having, regardless of what people were saying in the beginning, having all those big men benefits them a lot.
Yeah, and the thing is, like this is why I say we're going to enter a golden era. We're about to enter the golden era of bigs again, eventually, because we're seeing bigs who are talented who can do it all, but also or they're just so gifted athletically, but they're just elite defensively. Like we're seeing the Gobert types, we're seeing more of the Gobert types, we're seeing more Jokic builds. We're seeing some Embiids where it's just super all around. We're seeing the more cats in the world, ADs type bigs entering the league, and they're going to be coming at a high commodity. And then, like, of course, everybody in the league is looking for the next Giannis, of course, and we got Buddy from France who can potentially be that. But we're entering that new golden era where it's just like, yo, it's a lot of great bigs in this league, and if your team and like teams is going to take a chance of going doing starting lineups where it's two bigs because technically one of those big is so freaking versatile. Whereas like it ain't hurting me to start another big shit. Like that man can shoot and he's versatile on defense.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're getting back to that era, and it's gonna be interesting to see how the league changes in that aspect as well. Because like we've been in such a perimeter guard dominant league for like really past since Jordan, and
Yeah.
like even though like even though LeBron's freaking 6'8", but he's still dominated from the perimeter primarily. And now we're seeing like bigs who are crucial to like legit quintessential to the winning with Giannis, AD, and LeBron just the past couple of years. And even just like look at that Raptors team, the Raptors that beat the Warriors. That was a big team.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty big team. So
Marcus Gasol, Serge Ibaka,
Kawhi, that Siakam, like that was a pretty big team. So we're starting to see like just off the past champions, like the Warriors being that anomaly, of course, but you have one of the greatest players to ever play the game on your team, so that helps. Where we're slowly seeing like, okay, if you got the right set of bigs, you can still win. So but yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the Bulls. The Bulls, I'm just gonna be real honest.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a few games. They're gonna be a fun team, but the moment that I heard Lonzo knee is absolutely touching the gates of heaven, I accepted that this team is definitely gonna be talking playing. I do not have high expectations for this team. Reason why, like when Lonzo legit was hurt last year, he was legit missing. You missed out on your play. That was your best playmaker, your best perimeter defender, and arguably your best shooter.
Yeah.
Like you missed out on a lot, and even like I think DeMar and Zach LaVine was very vocal about. Yeah, Lonzo did a lot for us.
Kept them from playing hot potato with the basketball.
Yeah, they play hot potato. You ISO, I ISO. All right, cool. Hey, Vooch open over there in the corner. All right, cool. Fuck them. So, with that being said, it's another season where Alex Caruso's probably you enter the season with Alex Caruso being your starting point guard. Kobe White is not a point guard; he is a freaking shooting guard who is 6'1". And with that all being said, who is going to be the primary point of this team? You're missing a defender, a smart defender, and somebody to keep the troops grounded. And you're going to miss that. And not to say that this is going to be a bad team, but they're going to fall down to earth. It's going to be
they're missing too many key pieces to really make them to put them.
It's not even key piece. It's Lonzo was a big piece.
But
he was the piece.
It's not. I think Lonzo right now, obviously, that's a huge piece to just be missing for almost a whole season again. But they still missing some depth in the big man department too. That's something that we've been talking about since the middle of last season, really.
Mm-hmm.
Around the same time that Lonzo went down. Once Vooch started getting in those positions where he really couldn't, he was giving his best, but it wasn't enough. It was like, we need some more big men, bro.
Yeah.
We need defenders on this team.
I will say I like the pickup of Drummond because he fixes one of the biggest issues, which was rebounding. That was one of the biggest issues we had was rebounding last year. But it's still like it's not enough because I think I won't be concerned about front court depth if Patrick Williams steps up and for one stays healthy and plays to the ability that most people believe he should be at. That's Patrick Williams. I think if Patrick Williams is healthy, he erases at least my defensive worries because he's in that tall wing build where he's a versatile defender, and just also he just needs to be consistent offensively. Just have some type of consistency offensively as well.
Yeah.
But it's still, if he doesn't step up, then it's just like, well, fuck you, bro.
You getting the Wendell Carter treatment. You getting traded.
Yeah, you out there. Bye. Sorry, but yeah. So I believe
because we were high on the Bulls going into last season. We saw what happened. The Bulls is a wait and see experiment right now. We have to wait and see what opens up to see when they can improve. As far as picking up somebody else. And then the question with Lonzo is like, do you wait for him to get healthy, or do you try to figure out a package for him? Because
you can't really trade him. You can't trade him. He's damaged.
Damaged goods. And now it's like, at this point, his knee is always going to be in question. It's been hindering him since after he left the Lakers.
Pretty much. And like I said, it's really unfortunate because
he was really getting into that spot where he really found his game again when he was in New Orleans. He really became that. He really found out what type of player he was gonna be in this league. Because a lot of players, when he first came in, they didn't know, what. He doesn't score enough. Oh, he doesn't do this enough. I thought he was supposed to be the next such and such and everything. Once he got out of that realm of, trying to figure out how to live up to their expectations, just be, play to the strengths of his game, he really became, came into his own as a good player. But the knee injuries is just really messing him up, and it's, it's unfortunate.
It is. Oh, nothing but prayers for Lonzo. Like, literally, as a fan of him, I want him to succeed, but. And some people may sit and say you're kind of overvaluing him, but there was a huge difference in this team offensively after he got hurt.
Yeah.
It was a huge difference in terms of how the offense ran. And my hope is the only way that I can see this team at least remaining in that 5-6 seed area where they were at last year, Zach has to take a big step. And yeah, it's gonna be Zach has to take that big step. He has to take that big step. That's the only way. But if not, I believe that they're gonna be playing talk, like 7 AFC playing talk. So,
unfortunately,
yep. But so, let's go ahead. Last team.
Life of the Bulls fan.
Yep. But either way, like I said, I'm not saying the team gonna be bad. It's gonna be competitive.
Gonna go to some games though. I think it's gonna be the games we go to. They're gonna give us something to watch.
Exactly. So, but with that being said, the next team we talking about, the Bucks,
the monsters of the Midwest.
Exactly. And with that being said, they gonna win this division. And arguably, I'm gonna say this. I think they're gonna remain in that 1, 2, 3 talk. But don't be shocked if they make a big move.
Yeah.
They might want to shake things up. Be like, hold on now. Yeah, Middleton, we love you. Yeah, we know we didn't offer you that extension yet. They love you, but word on the street is Dame wants to be here.
Hey.
You bunch of picks, bye, bitch. Have fun over there in Portland. Hey, word on the street is that boy Kyrie wants to play with Giannis. Hey, yo, Chris Middleton, you and KD can have fun in the mid-range together, my brother. Bon voyage. Hey, Jimmy said, fuck this bullshit out here in Miami, bro. Word on the street is he wants to come to Milwaukee. He went to school out here in Marquette. Bye. Bye, Middleton.
That'd be a very aggressive combo.
Bro, that would be a nasty. Gee, you have Drew Holiday, Giannis, and Jimmy Butler on just defending.
You got to imagine you step onto the court and all you see you got a bloodline type of mix that you have to go up against. That's nasty.
Sickening.
You're getting stomped out.
But overall, I think, but overall, I do believe that do the Bucks will get better. Will be a better team. Like honestly, like the main thing is like I think they're coming to this season a lot more healthier. The only question is shooting guard. Who's gonna be the starting shooting guard? But honestly, it's whatever. Figure that shit out. Yeah, just figure it out. Giannis is gonna be Giannis. It's just either they're gonna make a big move or they're gonna find a way to get younger. Well, a little younger on the front court. You know, Giannis is there. They're still young, you know, but turn Brook. Let's just say, God forbid, they turn Brook Lopez into Miles Turner.
Man.
God forbid they do that. God forbid. Just say
scoring in the paint is gonna be non-existent against them niggas.
Because Brook Lopez was already a good rim protector, great 3-point shooter, just spread the floor. Miles Turner is a young version of that.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid you do something like that. You know, but not necessarily like either they're gonna make a big move or they're gonna make a move where front court they get younger, but it's gonna be like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. You know,
right? Like a necessary touch up.
Exactly. So, you know, be on the lookout. Like the Bucks is gonna be interesting. They still gonna be, I believe, they could easily be the best team in the East. They could easily still be in the top 4 conversation because one, you have a Giannis Antetokounmpo who's gonna do what the fuck he want to do. The league is his, and you're living in his world. So yeah. So I have really no issues with the Bucks as a whole, but I like what they're doing. But if the right star gets disgruntled, that Middleton contract is being used
for sure.
So just saying, if the right player, you know, you turn Chris Middleton to the right player, that's a hell of a difference.
And depending on who that player is, because I do think I'm under the notion that the Bucks at the least should be. They're another team that at the least they should be back in the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
If they get another legitimate star, I'm picking them the whole season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
because Giannis is already enough to handle. Now you telling me he has legitimate superstar help?
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Like, either they're gonna do something that changes it, and you sit there and be like, oh, or they just add somebody and be like, I likes that. So that's how I view it. Like the Bucks is gonna be they're gonna be the Bucks. They're gonna be in that 1-4 conversation. That playoff, they battle tested as a as that core as it is battle tested. It's championship one bread. I still think their coach is a fraud. No matter what.
Giannis saved him
multiple times. That man is a fraud. We already know how Daytro's here. We already know. But yeah, so that's the Eastern Conference. Next episode we're just gonna run through the whole Western Conference so that way we're not really spending too much time on the season. Then that episode after that we will do our total season preview as a whole, depending on how timing is. With all that being said,
also, do you know when the Dream Team doc is supposed? The Redeem Team doc is supposed to drop?
Let me check because that might be either right before the season starts or not. Let me see.
We definitely got to go over that.
Yeah, we definitely will. That's with full intention. October 7th, 2022.
Oh, so that's a week away.
Yeah, that's next week. And when does the regular season start? Regular season.
Regular
NBA.
season starts what, like the 20, like the week of
The
the 20th or
18th.
something like that.
The 18th. So
18th. Okay.
So yeah, so we got time. Yeah, we got time to run through the West next. Yeah, next episode next week we'll run through the West. Then we'll do the our overall season preview, and yeah, so we're all good. So that being said, follow us on Twitter at Threes from the Ring. Like, comment, subscribe. You're watching this on YouTube. If you listen to the entirety of the audio of this podcast of Threes from the Ring, you are a dedicated fan of both wrestling and basketball. We appreciate you guys very, very much. Really do. I'm tired. Tyler's tired. But we survived. But with that being said, thanks for listening. And peace. Blessings to you guys. Our listeners and viewers is much love and greatly appreciated. Let your peoples know to rock with us on Tweeking Media brand, G. Peace.
Peace.